It's us.
Hey,
We're here.
yo.
Hi.
You just,
It's
you just.
yeah, we're good.
You
We're doing
just
good.
did a Freddie Benson moment. You said five, four, three, and I couldn't help but laugh.
I know you'll see Pcll stream for me. Team
Yep.
analysis. We got some lo-fi hip hop in the background, guys.
Yeah, we do. I hope the sound isn't crackly like my thing was.
Yeah, let me know if there's any sound weirdies, and I'll see if I can do some
Sound word ears.
sound weirdies.
Yep.
Well, what can I say? It's season 8 time. Y'all drafted some teams. Y'all acted a fool. Y'all suck at this game.
Yep.
And there's not much else to say. See ya. Ah, just joking. Alright, here we are. We're going to go through all 20 teams. We got our fancy team builder spreadsheet. Just like last time, except it's more streamlined. Because all in the same document. Isn't that exciting? Yes.
I had to. I mean, I opened the YouTube thing to see people's comments and stuff. Sounds good so far. Thank you, Claude.
Thank you so much. Alright, you want to get right into it? Right in?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
start with cookie left, right.
Yeah, we're going to get right in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, Cookie. So she
Cookie.
started with Espathra, Alolan Ninetales, Mega Beedrill, and we went, whoa!
Yeah. Yeah. It got better.
Garganachi is
Broken.
really good.
I really like Garganachi. Both of these Pokemon have been on the radar before. One of them just got banned in Gen 9 OU.
Yeah,
To get banned, I think Garganacl. I mean, Home's coming soon, right? So like maybe not. It might
I
not be
want to say
banned,
March, yeah.
but
I mean, we'll see.
that
It's
thing
still
that thing
really
is
freaking
broken. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think with Terrastalizing being in the metagame,
good. Uh-huh.
yeah, just like bulky steel types and bulky water types, something that like every team wants, and it like counters them. So
Indeed. Good on her to pick up the Arctazol with the Alolan
yeah,
Ninetales.
yeah, that was partially my advice.
Oh, look at you. Congratulations. Congratulations.
I like Arctazol. I like all these guys. There's not a bad Pokemon on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Is Duraludon a 100 or a 60 now?
60, so pretty good value there.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you flick it with a special move and it dies.
Yeah.
But I think other than it's it's good down there. It's really good pick there.
Yeah. Missing some key types, I think. Normal, fire, water, flying, ground are
Yeah.
some things of note. I mean, obviously,
Mhm.
a lot of this team isn't built for like switching in. It's like a very offensive team. And then you
Yeah,
got like a couple
I
of
think
crazies.
I think there's some like direct counter picks and some overall good Pokemon that are low tiers, but I don't think I think it's fine. I mean, she has the one thing I was like bitching about was like I think this neat team, the first three, needed a hazard removal, like it was really badly. And she has like a few of them now, like four of them.
Yeah, like
Like
pretty much.
Whimsicott. Does Whimsicott have T-Fog?
Yeah. Mega Beedrill, the top tier defogger.
Does Beedrill get T-Fog?
Yeah, it turns out.
Oh, that's crazy. Bramblegast
Yeah.
is a decent spinner. I think Weezing is no, Weezing doesn't get defog, right? Just Galarian.
Yeah, regular no defog. Her
Yeah.
defoggers are Girder, Whimsicott,
Girder.
and Brambleghast has a
Girder's
spinner,
not.
which is
yeah.
alright, that's fine. Like I said, she doesn't really have those like
I like
bulky
Bramblegast
offense
a lot.
pivot pieces or like it's not really built that way. It's like very offensive. And then like Garganackle and like Weezing and Brambleghast kinda can like pick up the slack in a little bit more of a defensive comp, but yeah.
Sure.
Kind of threatening, very threatening, but might be like missing some versatility. Like it's kind of like you know what's about to come. It kind of feels like.
Yeah, I dig it though.
Yeah, no, definitely
I'm
solid.
chilling. Definitely
It's just
smart.
something I've noticed over time is that like the more like you really want to in an ideal situation draft a team that can build into a lot of different styles of play,
Hmm.
because like sometimes you face off against something that like you can't out defense, and so you just have to build completely offensively, and like that is an example, so that's a nitpick, I suppose.
Yeah, but I think you know what? There's a few threats here, though. I don't think every um, there's like unaware walls that like Arctazalt can just blow up with like
Hmm.
Bolt Beak, and Mega Beedrill. Garganackle can wear stuff down really well. You have a couple Leech Seeders on here. You have two, I think actually, Infiltrator Leech Seeders, which is really good to have. Um,
um no, just one, I think.
I
No,
This
two.
one.
Yeah, oh yeah, both the grassies.
I think they're a little. I don't know why she has both,
I think well, like
but
Brambleghast like leans more into the hazard control bit, like
hmm
Rapid Spin and
hmm
Spikes is good. Obviously, it's a little redundant, right? But like not
hmm
too bad for sure.
yeah,
All right, cool. Let's move on to Drac, young Drakingtons,
and Dragongtons.
shall
This
we?
team got really scary. I don't know how he afforded all this.
Yeah, like you, because like this team builder didn't let me put in the prices, and so I'm like looking at it like this is worth
Like,
1,500, right?
yeah, like doesn't look great. Yeah.
So he started with Basculation, Pelipper, Raincore, also Stakatako, who I think is very, very well positioned with our tower rules and stuff. And then he decided, fuck it, Como, Thunderous, Sableye, Celebi, and
Thunderous
Audino are really solid
is,
like supporty picks too.
yeah, I think Thunderous Incarnate is not a 200 because it lost Z moves.
Yeah,
Um, but this team supports Celebi really well. There's like a million bug resists.
mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, I'm with it.
Holy shit, that's a comical amount of bug resists. 9.
It's kind of easy to do.
Yeah, like I get it, but like it's so funny.
Yeah, I think Mega Audino is a super amazing Gluemon. It's gone up in cost like a few times.
Hmm.
Um, Alolan Sam's class is a good pick into Cookie, who has the hail.
Oh, true. Yeah, that was probably a good part of the logic, right?
Scolipede as a speed booster that's faster than a Spothra naturally.
I think we're gonna find
Um,
that Basculation is just incredibly threatening in this
yeah, I
rain
mean,
comp.
it's a lot of Swift Swimmers are kind of, other than Mega Swampert, are kind of frail, and this thing like isn't. It's kind of hard to take out.
Yeah,
And then you don't even need to have to run
like on a week
Swift.
that
This
you
thing
don't
has
bring
Swift Swim,
rain.
right?
Yeah, it does.
I think the ability thing is wrong on this in this document.
Oh, is it rattled? Yeah, no, this is not. It's yeah, it has Swift Swim.
Yeah.
SMH. I'm messing my H right now.
hmm but adaptability really really strong.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see any flaws
yeah. Like
off the rip.
there's quite a few things that are like a nightmare to prep against, like Como and Thunderous. The Raincore, Stakataka, like having that one piece like Trick Room threat is really hard to deal
Mhm.
with alongside like a regular team.
Yeah, and I mean
Scolipede,
there's some
fresh and
Pokemon
move
that
down.
I think the speed control isn't an issue. I mean there's a couple defoggers, a spinner, and then but Golurk can benefit from Trick Room too.
Yeah, very true. Um, this team's a threat. It's very offensive, which I think is going to be pretty common, considering all the new mons that are out, and just kind of lends itself more to a more offensive play style. And yeah, kind of sick. It is it doesn't have like it. I mean, I don't know if this is even a negative necessarily, but it doesn't really have like a good pivot kind of like offensive, like not a non-hyper offensive enabler like a Corviknight type beat, like it has Pelipper kind of. But Celebi doesn't really do well in that role.
Um,
Did you just yawn in the broadcast?
I just you on the broadcast.
Hey, can you come talk to me over here really quick, like away from everyone else? Bro, what the fuck are you doing? All right, let's go back to the broadcast. Anyway,
Sableye does that a little bit. That
a
thing's
little bit,
stats
right?
are so bad.
Like you
Holy
look at
crap.
when you look at Sableye's stats, that's
And we're
pathetic.
like, dude, that shit is like a mudkip.
One thing to note that level 5 Golurk hits 16 speed, as evidenced by this little cup column.
Okay, so I think we've run out of things to say. How do I switch the when I'm looking at the doc, how do I make it the next two teams?
The on the team matchup thingy, you click the league button, and then you go down to the next league.
Oh. Okay, I'll let you do that. Because I don't know. Okay.
You just scroll to the all the way in the top left corner. It'll say League 1. You double click it, and then it'll open up a little menu.
It doesn't open up a menu, so I probably don't have edit access.
Oh,
I'll
that's
let you do
probably
that.
why, huh?
Yeah. Okay.
Oops.
What do you think about Giga's squad? The first three were really like, whoa, Shimon.
I think now the first 4 are incredibly threatening.
Incredibly super extra Shimon. Dragonite's really strong, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Very, very excellent things that are enabled by Shedtail is wild. Like
Yeah.
Circuitry and Maul I already talked about, and then Dragonite's probably the best one.
And you have a really strong, you have a special attacking breaker to, like, Dragonite and Mega Mawile kind of break for, like, pressure the same stuff for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then Circuitry can deal with everything that they absolutely can't break, like a Corviknight or something.
Yeah. I mean, and then obviously with this kind of a team structure, like it does get a little bit weak down low. Like I think, like obviously like Chinchino.
It's gonna, when you go that high, right?
I think you can get value out of those guys for sure. Not that it's like they're awful necessarily, but just sort of the trade-off you do.
Yeah.
Wow. Steven has family. Can you
No,
believe it?
I'm doing a live broadcast right now. Can I get you later?
I'd like to see what happens with Vaporeon now that it has Calm Mind.
That is really strong. I think like, yeah, like a bold set.
Mm-hmm.
Max defense, Calm Mind, Count Out Situation, really good. Still has access to Scald.
Yeah, still hidden power, obviously. Like that could be super, like sort of like Suicune Light or
Yeah.
Max, Suicune Plus, perhaps. Yeah, I like the Crobat pick. It's like it got moved down for the sake of like losing Z moves, and I think that's like super huge for it. But now at 100, like it can bring a lot of versatility for your team.
Yeah, it's another ground immune. I think like you want to protect Circuitry and Mega Mawile at all times.
Mm-hmm.
It's a defogger for like Dragonite if you don't want to run boots, but I mean, you probably should run boots. It's there. It does something.
Yeah. But the compete for boots from Dragonite and Crobat could be a little issue, but you're not necessarily always bringing them together.
Right. I think Drapion is really sick as a pursuit trapper. Into Espathra, into Lele even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lele
You're gonna-
especially, because like it also actually threatens it out with the poison stab.
Yeah.
I know Giga loves Lilligant, so no doubt he drafted that again.
Is that a thing?
I think so. If I'm wrong, oops. Haha.
I don't know. But yeah, Lilligant's never been super weak, right? Is this thing a 40?
Yeah.
Could be a 60. It's not insanely frail or anything. And it has Quiver Dance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Sleep Powder, so it does the job. It's good. Good Terra user because it kind of lacks coverage. I used to run like Hidden Power Rock on this thing to deal with Volcaronas and ground to deal with Heatran and stuff on ladder, like way back. And I think Terra gives you the option of you can actually make this thing an actual like win con.
Yeah, for sure. And Whiscash actually got Stealth Rock and Spikes this gen, so I think
Oh, word?
it actually became a pretty useful 40.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
Oh yeah, solid team. I like the team. Also very offensive. Let's go to Ninkata though. So Ninkata's got
Yep.
Tinglu, Skarmory, and Lapras are terrifying.
Is he bulky as shit?
Yep.
Tauros Fire is really good. I love the Intim guy with Will-O-Wisp. Really sick.
It's surprisingly threatening into a lot of different situations.
I think Eldegoss is like the perfect partner to that Pokemon, being especially defensive and having a ground and water resist.
Yeah, for sure.
Regen guy.
I like Pcll here. It's really threatening. I think like the fact that you have to like watch out for its setup so much enables a lot of other situations. Like mons like that alongside like a Lele and Lucha comp are like, oops, I used my way to stop Lucha or Lele from winning on Pcll. Oops, I lost the game.
I think Skarmory and Tauros Fire are incredibly they're not gonna like win you a game, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why they're not super high priced, but they're very reliable. And they're very good Glumons, and that's why I think having Lele and Excalibur with like the steel weakness, he shorted up really well.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's good.
And alongside basically anything that Tinglu, even the things that it's weak to, but anything that is neutral versus Tinglu is basically stopped right there.
Yeah, there's not a bad Pokemon on this comp, and that's kind of been how it is with the other teams too.
I think there was a missed opportunity to draft a Wish user alongside Tinglu.
Okay.
That might be something that would be extremely
a Kangaskhan or a Kamala or something in place of Explode or something.
Even something like super cheap, like he's not so good at it, but like 30% HP on Tinglu goes so much farther than 30% HP on anything else.
Right. It is kind of unfortunate. Like you kind of have to run lefties on that guy every time, and not a Lapras or a Skarm or an Eldegoss. Like, you know, when you have really bulky teams, you're fighting for an item slot. When they use Ice Claws.
Although like Skarmory tends to get away with like Rocky Helmet and stuff, and like something you can get away with like Resto, Chesto and stuff, but it's definitely something that you wish you didn't have to deal with when that happens.
I feel like Lapras should get Wish. I think it should.
It doesn't make sense that it doesn't. It's got like Perish Song and Sing. It'd be
right. There's like certain like it's like a vibe, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I like Kadabra. I like these guys. I think it's cool. I don't got much else to say.
Yeah, but basically, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sick teams.
Keep it pushing, dude.
We're keeping it pushing. All right, we're talking about Logan. So Logan started off with Scizor, Flygon, Rabombi.
And we were like, is this like a theme?
Yeah, like we weren't sure what was going on.
We were like, is it bugs?
But I think the end of the draft really made it pretty threatening. Like Gengar Dondozo is really good, especially on like a team with 3 toxic spikes setters. Well, mostly Dondozo anyway.
Yeah, I mean Glimmora is you know, you got Glimmora and then you got a ghost type to spin block for you. And you have a Sticky Webber. I wish there was some more like I think if you're going that route, I feel like you would get like offense mons that are cheaper, you know? Like I don't know what Muck does.
Right, but I do think mons like Flygon, Starmie are like usually just too weak to like really do the job, but like in this hazard stacking kind of comp, it really enables those guys. And then you already have like
Right, because
Swallow,
they're kind of
Gengar.
fast. Swellow's good, Gengar's
hmm
good.
So I
Yeah,
definitely, yeah,
it's I think it's just the 40s are lacking, but like you're not bringing those guys a whole lot
yeah.
anyway.
And I don't know if it really is different than normal, but I don't know. When I was looking at the 40s, I had to draft two 40s at the end, and I was like looking over the list like 10, 12 times. I'm like, these all suck. I don't remember it always being that way.
I start going to EVO lemons.
Yeah, I looked through the list of
every time
NFVs like 10 times
I go through
too.
the NFEs and I'm like what would be like a secondary user, like what would be like,
Yeah,
but we kind of everything that does something reliably, we like moved up.
yeah. I don't
It's
think
kind
we
of
even meant to do
hilarious.
that.
I kind of like it though. I
Yeah,
like that we were forcing people to use stuff that sucks
because that inherently sort of
or pick it
nerfs the
early,
top-heavy strategy.
which I think is I think I don't think people should pick 200s and then like have 40 pointers that are like you could bring like every other week, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
like,
definitely ran into that issue because I always do the top-heavy thing, and then this time around at
mhm,
the end of the draft, I was like, oh god.
mhm.
So
I
I
mean,
got
you've drafted in PFL, you drafted like Clefairy. That thing sucks.
yeah. Although at the time I thought it was not gonna suck. It did suck.
No, it sucks.
Spoiler
It's
alert,
really
it sucked.
frail. It's really frail.
It's like theoretically the sickest 40 on planet Earth, but it never works.
No, its stats are really bad. Um, Jesus comp is sick.
Cheesy Wheezy.
Easy Weezy.
So
Cheese in a can.
we got the rain, we got Gold
Get the
Dango,
rain.
and then
Alright.
pick four
Spidops.
Spidops, baby.
Who on God's earth is rocking with Spidops? It's cheese.
That's the funniest meme of all time.
I love Spidops.
Um, some of the most classic rain picks on this team, like Pharaoh, Floatzel, Mega Swamp.
Um yeah, another one of the new members who was asking me for advice a lot. And they were like, should I get Ferroseed and Grimmsnarl or should I get this and that? And I was like, why don't you get Ferrothorn? You have rain. And they were like, oh,
Yeah, Ferrothorn and rain is the
Shmo
most difficult thing on planet Earth.
to break under rain. Yeah, like so difficult.
Yeah.
Um and I think Tropius is a sick 40.
Do you?
I
I
do.
usually just glaze right over it and not think a single bit about it.
I think in I think with a Harvest doesn't have decreased odds in rain, does it?
I don't think so. I think it's just more in
It's just like
sun.
regular,
Yeah.
and then it's more in sun. Um, I think with terastallizing, I think if you make that thing a steel type or a fairy type or water type, or whatever, you can like harvest like subseed stuff
Mhm.
becomes like really annoying because it's I mean its stats are lacking and it should get a buff or an evolution or something, but
Yeah.
um, just like its kit, its like moveset and stuff is fine. Um,
You know, looking at the resistances and stuff on the team, I expected it to be so much worse with like there's four water types, there's three grass types, like the rain team type distribution, and
it's not
it's
bad.
pretty solid. Like I didn't expect.
That's
to
how
see
rain
that.
teams work. I mean, this is like if Mega Swampert existed back then, like Gen 5 like rain, this would be it, right? Like
Mhm.
if Ferrothorn, Rain Setter, Mega Swampert is like all you need, right? Durant is really, really good. It's gotten worse since no Z moves.
Yeah.
But
I think
Goldango
the
is
combo
really
of Goldango
awesome.
and Ferrothorn in the rain,
And Spidops.
like just in particular, like that
Mm-hmm.
duo, because like Ferrothorn's gonna consistently set rocks and spikes and get all the
Yeah.
turns for,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Spidops will do it once and then die usually. That's gonna be so hard to get hazards off.
Oh yeah, no, I'm bad at those first like Goldango, Mega Swampert, Politoed, Ferrothorn. like could come every team. And then honestly, after that, like Floatzel, like those five could come like every game.
Probably like a mouse hold or something.
Yeah, I mean, and that thing's a threat on its own.
Yeah.
Just like and it's nobody else is getting wide lens. So I think it's sick.
So,
I'm super.
so
I
you're
think this
not
is one of the
rocking
top.
with wide lens spide ops, is what you're saying.
I'm not rocking with wide lens spide ups.
You get 110%
Or
accurate first
I mean,
impressions.
you could on Durant theoretically for like 88% accurate boost. I'm really I like this team a lot. I think it's for somebody's first time doing this. I think it's really solid.
For sure.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna bring the intensity of classic Marine team, which is always really difficult to deal with.
We've had a lot of rain teams where there was like 11 Pokemon like weak to like who get like one shot by like a Scarf Freeze Dry Pokemon.
Yeah.
We've had some really shoddy rain teams. And like it's happened like 4 times and I get pissed every time.
Yeah, this is solid. I look forward
like
to
this.
getting swept by Barbarical.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
We're moving on.
Moving on.
All right. We're talking about Gil.
Iron Grundle.
Iron Grundle. Mega Man
Iron Grundle
Enamorous.
is strong. I think Gil is really good at Pokemon. And I think getting 2 Pokemon that just come in and click buttons every time is not a bad strategy at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Getting good. Picking up the Infernape, which is down this season, which I think is really, really good there.
Yeah, it does kind of the same thing, right? It's. I mean, this is a really good offense squad.
It's a bit weak on the removal. Like Vespiquen, Morpeko, and Sandslash are like.
Does Morpeko get Rapid Spin?
Yeah, they all. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But it's so hard for them to actually do that. Like to actually come in and remove hazards more than like once. And you also have to bring them for them to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm the lower end stuff could. It's not like super budget. Like like I'm gonna bring this stuff every game, you know. But when you're clicking Hydro Pumps and Freeze Dries and Close Combat Metacham, which is Mega Metacham, we might have to look into it. It's way more bannable than it used to be now that it doesn't have to rely on high jump kick.
Yeah. But running Protect was really, honestly, good counterplay. I will say this team it has no fairy resist, and its flying resist is more Pico. So there's some holes defensively for sure.
Sure. I think this team would be sick with webs.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, yeah. Holy crap, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Gudra, Metacham in particular.
I don't know about Gudra.
Well, it's base 80.
Yeah,
So you
well, I
get
don't know
to, like,
about
one
the That mon's so weird. Like stat distribution wise.
Yeah.
I like everything. I have no
Yeah.
issues.
Also, yeah, the lack of resistances in certain areas is definitely glazed over this season because of Terra, like where you can just sort of tear your way out of those situations.
Well, because then you could run like stuff as like a bait, right? You could be like, oh, I'm gonna like my Iron Bundle, like come on and hit me with a, like I don't know, a grass move or something, and then be like, Terra Fire, and then you like win like off the bat. You know what I mean? I think that mon being able to Terra is really sick. Infernape, Kudra, solid, can take anything. When it turns its weakness into a resistance, you're gonna take like 10.
Literally.
Yeah, so I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely with it. Alright, let's talk about Youch.
My Youch. Darkrai stats are crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it does. I'm a little
Me too.
skeptical. I don't think it's so amazing, but I think it's really sick.
think it's considering it can hold an item, unlike some of the megas we have up there. I mean, the only reason why it's bad is because its ability is worthless,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like it just doesn't have an ability because it doesn't have um a sleep move that's better than hypnosis anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of sussy that way. But I mean, 70, 90, 90 bulk for a Pokemon that's just gonna be like nasty plot.
You're probably living one of anything, really.
Yeah, I mean, not like a close combat like
Yeah,
stab
yeah.
or anything like that.
Anything
But
neutral you're
like,
living.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, not hard at all to, and I mean, especially behind screens. There's a Meowstic Mail right
True,
there.
yeah.
Um,
Quite a few things enabled really well by screens, like Lilligant and
mhm,
Linoon also. Dodrio even.
mhm.
Lilligant's interesting. It's the big gamble with hustle, but when it pays off, it's going to pay off so largely. Victory
Sure.
Dance is a correct move.
Yeah. I mean, that coverage, like that stab with ice as a coverage option, pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
There's some Pokemon there's some like picks I don't really like. Like everything on this team is good, right? Like there's no bad Pokemon that like I like everything. I think the 40s that were picked are solid. Um, I am just confused of like why I don't see like structure. Like I don't see like where um like there's not a single except for Palisand. There's no in Meowstic, but that's not a Pokemon that's coming in anything.
Mm-hmm.
There's not like a fighting resist, and there's only one fairy resist.
Two. Corviknight, Volcanion is honestly pretty covered there.
Yeah, okay. But for Darkrai, I would like to see like a really good Pokemon that's a fighting resist.
Mm-hmm.
And there
Yeah, like
isn't one.
Meowstic is and Palisand aren't really going to cover it there because like they always have dark stab, not stab, but like dark
Mhm.
coverage, like knockoff or whatever.
Mhm. But then again, I mean, if Terra Fairy on a Palisand,
Yeah,
Demon becomes,
and like just in
OU.
general, Corviknight's
Yeah.
going to come in and pivot through mostly anything,
Mhm. Yeah, Corviknight's good.
and
Give that thing
Electros is
Rocky
handling the
Helmet.
guys that it can't at least switch into. I'm
Yeah,
excited to
would
see
it?
if Banded Terraneural E-Speed Lightning is worth bringing.
I don't think so. I think so.
Yeah, it probably sucks, but like maybe, maybe.
I think you need Belly Drum.
Yeah, it's like 70
But
pieces.
like, but like maybe. He's 70. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I like the team. I like.
Yeah.
I think it's got a bunch of big time threats, and Volcanion is really cool. So
Yeah.
let's go to League 5. League 5. Oh, it's you.
What's me?
It's like that. It's you.
What do you have to say about my team?
It's lacking. No,
It's lacking swag points.
I like Slowking Titan. That's probably the best ice snow setter into Titan, which is really cheap and extremely powerful for where it is. And then Moltres and Tauros are really Moltres Tauros Tangrowth is really sick to round everything out.
Yeah, I think it's the sick Fire Wild Grass comp. I'm really happy with it. I think it's not hard to run two water types if they have like if the grass and electric weaknesses are pretty short up. I think and they cover each other and the other weaknesses.
Water's probably the most doubleable type.
Like the dark and the psychic. Yeah. Hydreigon is super bulky and has the electric and grass resistance, as does Tangrowth. And that thing has regen, so you can just every time I have a double regen core, which is awesome. There's I don't want to give like all my secrets away, obviously. But this is definitely the most happy I've been with the draft off rip.
Just looking at it, I feel like everything is super sick. Like your defensively covered into basically everything, it feels like, and Sneasler, Hydreigon by themselves can really carry the offense. And you have other options besides that too.
Yeah, nothing is weak, right? Like Sandaconda is kind of like a Tinglu guy, where like you just like your earthquakes are strong enough. Fortress has the Jar Balls, the Body Press. Tangrowth is a lot better than Tangela on the, which I've had before, but I've never had Tangrowth.
Yeah.
And, I mean, 100 attack and 110 special attack. You know,
Really solid.
Earthquake. Yeah, I'm with it.
And it's 50 SPDF is really mitigated by Regenerator plus AV. Like it doesn't. It's like might as well be Blissey.
Well,
yeah, no exaggerations here.
Yeah. I'm liking a fairy type.
Yeah.
Which is not like
You can
really
Terra into a fairy type.
Yeah, I can Terra into a fairy, which I think is gonna happen probably more than once.
You don't have a flying resist, which is not
I have
that
3
bad.
flying weeks. Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of bad actually. I don't. Yeah, because like that's something that's going to be difficult for you to, because you have a more defensive team, and not everything here is. I mean, obviously you have Terra, so like it's not like a crippling weakness or anything, but not everything is going to take these hits. Like it's really hard to sort. Like Moltres going to take 50, Tangrowth's going to die, you know, etc. But other than that, I think this is a really sick team.
Yeah, something might get swapped out for.
Like you have so much threats and defensive coverage, and then also you have to prep for Hailsa Titan.
And Lickitung.
Yeah, and Lickitung. Don't forget about Lickitung. Wait, I thought it was Licky Licky.
No, it's
Licky,
Lickitung. I think Jack got Licky.
Yeah,
Lickitung's fatter with Eviolite.
Yeah.
And it's like a more reliable. Well, I don't know about more reliable because obviously I can get knocked off, but
Oh, you have double regen. I just realized.
Yeah.
Swag. Yeah, I think this team is sick. I think.
And like Moltres has Roost and Hydreigon has Roost, and like there's a lot of U-turners and teleport and this and that, and I have like Hicks and Venoshock on like a team with like 3 T-Spikes users and Dire Claw, and I have Dragon Tail Lickitung, and there's like a lot going on.
Yeah, no, this team is very me. Like I would draft the shit out of this team. Yeah, that's sick. Let's talk about Nolan.
I was a little confused at first. I'm a little happier now.
Yeah.
Because I think Clodsire, Mega Steelix, Bulu are all really sick on their own. I think you get 2 ground weak Pokemon that are really solid, and then you get a Tapu Bulu to shore that up. I'm like, yeah, like I like that. You got Hatterene, which is awesome right now. We probably undervalued it a little bit. We didn't move it up. Well, I think we did, but not like 2 tiers. It's not a 160, it's a 120. And that thing is bulky as shit. You Terra steal that thing, you know, and its weaknesses come resistances.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
I really like Nolan's 60s, and like Magmortar, Machamp, Bombardier are really cool. I think those are mons you're going to bring more than the average 60.
Right.
And obviously, and we didn't even really talk about Regieleki. How bannable might this thing be? We'll find out.
Yeah, certainly potentially. Especially next to, could it live an earthquake from something that isn't stab or something that isn't, a Great Tusk or something with grassy terrain up? Very likely,
And, I mean, obviously this thing's going to be the most likely to Terra into something, so like that remains to be seen regarding that. Terra grass in terrain might be sick.
Might be really sick.
That might be really sick. Hold up. Wait, that's sick.
I think Crawdaunt, Machamp, Hatterene, Mega Steelix with a really solid Trick Room setter like Hatterene is awesome.
I'm excited to see Terran Water adaptability banded Crawdaunt Aqua Jets.
Mhm. I kind of like the grass spam. I like Leafeon with like 110 attack.
Yeah, as far as 40s go, like decent value,
Yeah,
right?
I'm with it.
On a,
It's
on a
pretty
blue on a
good.
blue team, yeah.
Hmm.
The thing is,
Hmm.
Regieleki is the only rapid spinner. I mean, obviously it don't be having moves anyway, so you're bringing it. But
Hmm.
I think
Well,
Aleki is going away from the kind of mon.
Hatterene's there.
Oh, true, yeah. Aleki's kind of moved away from being the mon that you want to be running in the capacity where it's like kind of like a offensive support. Now that it has Terra, it's kind of like more of like a revenge killer sweeper. So like,
You could scare stuff out.
yeah, but it's also like it's pretty frail. So it's like if it's not the end of the world or anything, but because especially with Hatterene,
No.
but like hazard, there's so many more hazard setters now and more varied. It's not just stealth rock anymore, really. That I think removal got more important.
Mm.
It's like look at your
But
team. There's 7 different hazards, like, and that's
yeah,
average.
but other than Clodsire, everything on this team has an attack stat of 90 or higher. Like you really can't. It's really strong.
Yeah,
There isn't like passive Pokemon on here. Um, and I like that a lot,
I think
actually.
this team is super sick.
I'm with it.
I love this thing.
I
It's got a lot of my favorites on it though.
tip my hat to Nolan.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
hell yeah. All right, we're moving on up to the east side, so to speak. Sheech. So-
Shage's team is broken.
I said that he could take an L for the next 8 picks and still have a broken team. Well, he didn't
And-
take any L's.
But yeah, he did.
No, Hypno is great.
No, sucks.
I know.
Lantern sucks. Wigglytuff
No, Lantern
sucks.
doesn't suck actually.
Lantern does suck.
It's not like popping off for you, but it's a low tier, so it's like.
No, it sucks.
Oh, my bad. You're right. Holy crap. Scovillain is fun. I am excited for Scovillain. Especially because
He's broken either way. Yeah, yeah, I'm with it. I mean, Great Tusk really hard to prep for. Qianpao really hard to prep for. Probably is gonna get banned next season.
Jianpao probably
honestly.
impossible to prep for, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just have to
Squircle with
outplay
Great
it.
Tusk is awesome, and then he, the way our kind of tiering works, he's double downing on Sun, and got the Scovillain and got the Mega Houndoom because he's going to need it for Great Tusk to boost his attack or defense.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously not need it, but like it's very.
You want
it's
to take
well
advantage
thought
of
out.
it.
Mhm.
Like the overall value of your team is higher when you like really support
Mhm.
the sun that you have, but not so much to the point where you limit your other options because you drafted too much. I think this is the perfect amount. Because like Great Tusk doesn't really conflict with like the photosynthesis users don't tend to conflict with traditional Sun abusers because they're all just various types and shit. So like having really just Scovillain as like a kind of only run in Sun, you can run Mega Houndoom pretty well outside of Sun, and Great Tusk is just a great mon outside of anything. I think this is one of the better ways to build Weather, specifically Sun, because you get to access the Paradox mons.
Yeah.
Masquerain is like fine. I don't see a need for webs on this team.
I think it's not bad at all, and it gives you some. It lets you, people are gonna have to run Scarf and stuff to like beat Qianpao, and you can get away with that with
Yeah, fair.
having webs up.
I love Overquill. I just wish it was better.
It's really not, right? It's one of those things where
It's like fine, right? It's fine, but it doesn't make use of that great typing like Amok does or anything.
No, because it doesn't have pursuit. I think
I don't
the
think it has
baby
knock either,
is
right?
better. No, I don't think so.
I don't know if
I
baby's
think-
better, but they're very similar.
I think it's better.
Like Overquill's less bulky, but has more offensive presence and more item options, I suppose. Because it's not like it's on a ring team, so it's not like using Swift.
I think it's really good into Sneasler, and I think that's why you got it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
Very good.
I think when you're in the division with like a 2-time winner who like got like a really broken Pokemon, you're gonna be like, okay, like let me get some assurance.
We just had to add 2-time
that's-
winner in there, didn't
That's
you?
how I feel about him too, though, because I think he's just as good as me.
Yeah, you were talking to me
And,
the whole time, like, should I get like 12, 15 mons that stop Great Tusk? And I was like, relax, you're all right.
That's how I feel though, because Great Tusk is broken.
Yeah, but it's not broken in the way that Chien Pao is. It's like broken in the it's
Well, it
useful
doesn't
in
have
every
135
game
base
state and
speed.
every team.
Right.
But Chien Pao is the good luck, buddy. Come on.
Most certainly. Yeah, definitely a contender to win, just because I think Chien Pao Great Tusk, like it's the top half is really strong.
Yeah, I thought that straight off from just the top three.
Mhm.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
The
it
bottom half
changes
doesn't
gear.
slouch, but the top
Yeah,
half
definitely
is where
not.
it's at.
Solid,
Right.
solid bottom half,
Mhm.
especially Hypno, just because
Mhm.
Hypno.
Mhm. Definitely looking like leg day wasn't the priority.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Viv.
Like I'm Valiant.
I also really like this team. Suicune, Bronzong, Donphan, all really sick defensive pieces. Squawkability is
I don't
fun.
like the 40s at all, actually.
Yeah, I
I
don't
know
like
what they're doing.
Gothitelle.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't like Gothitelle.
I mean, it's a 40. It's better than Hypno, but like,
Wait, is it?
I
No, it's
mean,
not.
yeah, for sure.
It's slower and less bulky.
Oh, it is less bulky. All right, well, it's fine. It's got Frisk. That's really good in draft.
Got Frisk. Doesn't have Shadow Attack. That's banned. That's banned.
Competitive for when Sheej brings webs.
And Intim.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah. Squawkability is so cute. I like how there's many colors.
I love Squawkability. I like that Pokemon kept calling him Squawkability.
Yeah.
And like didn't know that was not his actual name.
Yeah, it's the dumbest shit of all time.
It's so funny. Iron Valiant, broken. Yaskarada, solid, really good.
Yeah, really solid.
Awesome speed tier. This team doesn't have needs speed control super hard because Valiant, Yaskarada, and Ivern, awesome.
Yeah. Is Masquerada
Um,
better than Cinderace maybe now?
I think having your stab move always crits and you have knockoff.
I mean, its crit stab
um,
move is still weaker than Pyro Ball slightly. But
It's
honestly,
accurate though,
it
right?
always
It always
hits in
hits.
like breakthrough setup moves. It's not 1-to-1, but like still, I think the spikes is what does it. Because mons like this love to have a hazard that they can click when they're commonly forcing things out.
Right, you come in on a bulky water type or
It's
something
like
like a
the
lantern or
Ash
whatever,
Greninja
and then
tipping
you can
point
set up
was that.
a T spike or something. Yeah.
Super sick. Donphan is one of the best like mid-tier mons, I think, for draft, because it's at that midpoint in the draft where you're like, I need this and this and this and this, and Donphan does all of those things for you.
Totally, really awesome AV guy.
Pretty sick banded, even like offensive. Donphan really solid. Bronzong, Suicune are classics.
Sure.
They be doing their thing. Terror, Normal, Broomburst, Noivern's gonna be fun. Yeah, really solid team. To say nothing of Valiant.
Fine. Got no. Yeah, it's like whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Suicune's tough. Suicune can Terra into whatever it wants. Right.
That might
So,
be problematic.
If the opponent's team is like, oh, I need a fair resist, I need a whatever resist, you just Terra into that type and run Crocun.
Yeah, like
And you're like, oh, okay. like it's kind of hard.
it's like Crocun, except it's
That thing
the
is
worst
bulky as
typing
fuck.
for your opponent's matchup. Like
Yeah, I'm with it.
yeah, that could
Every
be
Pokemon is Silvally.
literally.
That's scary. All right, I'm cool moving on.
Let's go, baby. Jack.
Oh, Jack Attack. He's got the father,
What do you mean?
the licky
Oh.
son's father.
Dad? Dad?
I really like Roaring Moon. I think it's broken.
Yeah, Rotom Moon, Rotom Heat, sick. I convinced him to draft Superior because it's sick. Mega Aggron is sick. Mammoth
When
is sick.
Superior gets Terra Blast, it's gonna go up in stock like a lot.
Yeah, maybe a little.
I think a lot. I think you're
Look at medium
Captain
amount.
Crunch, Captain Crunch right now.
I'm
No
not Captain Crunch. I'm the only superior
light skin
Chad
Captain Crunch.
in-
I saw
of
I
the
saw a
commissions.
meme that was like Captain Crunch, but it was like no Captain Crunch, like no cap.
Yeah.
And he had that like light skin, like TikTok boy, like haircut. Oh, it was really funny.
Oh.
Anyway,
I think Jack has really sick mons to surround.
this
Like,
team's broken. Yeah, there's
Memo
nothing wrong with it
Ryan,
at all. No, this is how you do it. All right, Basculin, good 40. Venomoth, broken 40. All right, Licky is fine. Golbat is fine. But Superior is a win con. Mega Aggron is a win con. Necrozma is a win con. Rotom Heat could be, has nasty plot.
Roaring Moon, the obvious one.
Roaring Moon is super duper awesome. I think everything on this team is really solid, and Jack it could be his day. Does he have a he doesn't have a chip, right? A PCL chip?
Nope. And
Okay,
he
well
never
he
will,
should.
'cause
He's definitely close.
No, he's not.
And I think this team could do it.
No.
I think it's fine. I think it's
not.
awesome. He's not. He sucks.
Yeah, he's not.
He can't be good at bonds because he's too cute.
Yeah, he sucks.
Yeah. His nose ring made us all go, "Oh, I love you."
Okay, yeah. Lily's next. I thought Nittins was before Lily. Okay, yeah, you want to move on to Nittins?
Yeah.
She did week 0 pickups. She got
A whole three of
Quagsire,
them.
Lopunny, and Volcarona over Pidgeot, Palmot, and
Blaziken.
Blaziken.
I am with it because I think Mega Pidgeot sucks. And every team that's ever drafted it sucks. And I should probably move it down. I think Blaziken was fine.
I have to pause for 2 minutes
2 minutes.
randomly. So, sorry. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll keep talking. How's stream going? Let me look at these comments. Hey, yo. Sounds good so far. Yeah, my fault. Sorry, I inflated the price. 40 ponies. Seeing my part. Why would I always run lefty something Leo when Choice Band is right there? Choice Band Tinglu is heat, and I agree, Nikata, that you should run Choice Band Tinglu at least once for the heat. How many viewers we got? 2 watching right now. Only 2 of y'all? This is a hate crime and a half. Like, what is that about? Gaming. Words.
Hi, I'm back. How awkward.
Hi, you're back. That was in 2 minutes. You know, we only have 2. We only have 1 watching right now. We had 2, and then I said we only have 2 watchers. It's a hate crime. Now we have 1.
Ha! That's fine. This is the type of thing people watch after the fact.
You watch after the battle. Do you think people got jobs?
Yeah, right. Employed
Cringe.
Pokemon player? Right.
Cringe.
Anyway. Nittins. Why are we talking smack about Arbolova?
Who's talking from my brother?
You were, when we were talking about tiering.
I just think it has a really bad typing.
I wanted to out you in public.
You want to out me in public? Was that the only one? Am I the only one who thinks Arbolova sucks?
Yes.
Okay. What is it, 60?
It's 60,
It's not
yeah.
a 40.
No.
No, it's too good to be a 40, but at 100? I don't know.
Oh, no, not 100. No. You said it was supposed to be like a 40 or 20 or a 0. Anyway.
I don't remember that.
I
think I was trying to say that it was a 60 instead of 100.
Oh, maybe.
Anyway.
I think Quagsire was probably the best pickup for this.
That's good.
You got all the hazards now. Really good glue guy.
Unaware guy, water immune guy if you need it. I think having a fizzed wall that can have unaware is like really good insurance for like a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, especially
Mega
with how
Aggron,
offensive
Roaring
everything
Moon.
is. Like, I could see that doing really well into Superior with Terra. Like Terra, something that resists, and now the boosts mean nothing
Terra
too.
Poison is like the Ranbat set.
Is it?
Because you become immune to poison, then your toxics can't mess.
Sui and Gudra is probably also good into Serp. Why am I building into Jet right now?
And Rotom Heat and Mega and everything. That one's really good. The defense, I definitely would take the speed loss for the defense. Having that bulk is really, really
Gudra
awesome.
Quagsire is a sick 2-piece core.
Really, really good 2-piece
Oh my
core.
god.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Quagsire's stats are ass. Like I know it doesn't actually feel that way, but when you use
Its stats are pretty ass.
That's pathetic.
You kind of have to go like max Fizz Def, or you kind of have to like really. It does that one thing. But I think Claydol fits on this team much better than it did on my team, like when I had it.
Yeah. For you, it was like after the fact trying to like.
I was like, let me get a spinner. Let me get a. I think I wanted Trick Room Teleport, and that never really worked out because Trick Room kind of sucks. But it is a bulky, ground immune and fighting resist, which is awesome for Hisui and Gudra.
She's also got the Battle Spot singles special with the Mimikyu and the Volcarona.
Yeah, I mean, all these sweepers are pretty self-contained, and you have Mega Lopunny as a cleaner at the end, right? And then you have like, I have like a special wall in Arboleva and Gudra and a Fizz wall in Quagsire, and I think Quagsire helped a lot.
Yeah, all the pieces are there definitely. I think it might be a little like a bit stiff, like not having like really ways to get into your sweepers that easily.
Right. I mean, me and you are both the we're on the Volt Switch flipper and U-turn teleport.
I'm
right?
Volt turn pilled so hard.
You're so Volt turn pilled.
It's ridiculous.
But this team definitely has some of it has ways to deal,
Yeah, for sure. Still excited about Frostmoth. I want to see it go off.
Me too. I kind of it's funny to say that Frostmoth and Volcarona are redundant.
Oh yeah, I just
because
realized.
they do the exact same thing, and they want to run the exact same item, and they both want a Terra to like beat their like counters, But
Yo, why'd they do Frostmoth like that? It's worse in every stat except for attack. By 5.
Because it has ice scales.
Oh no, it has ice scales.
Ice scales
Better
is
make it
really
awful.
really good.
No, I know it's incredibly good, but like you already made it a nice bug. Like, give it a little more speed or something.
Change the type chart, dude. Make
Literally.
bug better. Make ice better. Like Double's heat.
Double's so cute. Why are you so cute?
Is a sheepo mode.
If I were a Pokemon, I'd be the Lulu crashing into the gate at the
There's a lot of fighting
Sword and
weeks.
Shield. Yeah, the fighting weeks are a little problematic. There's Mimikyu as a immunity, and like Claydol coming in kind of.
And Claydol and Volcarona has
so
Flame
good.
Body and stuff, but like
You don't want to be switching Mimikyu in to something.
No, you don't, because then you get knocked off on the switch, and then you lose your Life Orb, and then you lose your Disguise, and you go, oh.
Probably just gonna be counting on Quagsire mostly for fighting types, as far as switching in goes.
I think Quag's a great defensive Terra user.
Yeah,
I think Quag can Terra Poison, Terra Fairy, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, for sure. Ah, yeah, solid team. It's not really the way I play, so sometimes it's hard for me to like rate that accurately because I get a little bit lost in just my own sauce.
Well, Nitten's pretty new to competitive Pokemon. She doesn't know how she plays. You know what I mean? But I think definitely seen plenty worse. I think it's really solid.
For sure. All right, let's talk about Lily. who also did the week 0 pickups. There was Mega Guard. That's not Mega Diancie. There's Cinderace over someone. There's Serena and Giraffrig over a couple others. I don't remember them offhand.
Was it? It was 4 pickups.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
She did that last time too. I always
Yeah.
like. There's very few times where I'm not tempted to blow up the entire thing right after draft. Like I almost
Yeah,
had that vibe
this is the
time.
one of the few times I'm always really doubtful. But I kind of want to see how things shape out and test stuff and so.
Yeah,
If
I
she,
try
if
to
she
resist
has
that urge.
spent her time on the builder and team built and been like, I really don't have an answer to this guy and that guy, and then you make the pickups, that's fine. But for me,
Right.
I think the team got worse though.
Do you?
I think Mega Gardevoir is really good. And I think Cinderace sucks Omega ass.
Well, I'm definitely more Cinderace pilled than you, especially at 160. I think it's super good.
I also think it's ugly. It's my least favorite starter ever, and I want to put it in a blender.
Fair enough. You can. You know what? Why don't you go blend yourself? You
I'll
ever
blend
thought about that?
Mega Diancie's cool though. I like Mega Diancie a lot.
Dragapult's obviously Omega busted.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, Dragapult, I have no issue with. Dragapult's
Solid
awesome.
defensive support pieces in Blastoise, Escavalier, Serena, Mudsdale.
Blastoise is dope. Blastoise could honestly move up.
Yeah, Blastoise is very solid. I mean, I love Mudsdale. We moved that up. Serena's really solid too.
Yeah. There's like one bad Pokemon on here, and it's a Viper. I don't think that should come any week.
You're just gonna not look at Giraffrig.
Giraffig's better than Viper.
Probably, yeah. Giraffrig, I mean, it's cool now that it has.
Well, look
Eviolite,
at
sick.
normal Psychic is better than Poison in terms of like offensive like situation, right?
Yeah.
And it can Calm Mind.
Oh,
And
true.
it's 20 points faster, and it's way bulkier with Eviolite because it's about the same right now with like the HP to the defense, especially. You know what I mean? It's like they kind of have the same bulk. But Eviolite makes that skyrocket. I think Seviper has no. It's like if there was a tier under ZU, like Seviper would end up there.
It's so sad. All the snake Pokemon suck ass.
Well, like Arbok's better than this thing.
Yeah, but
it
it
has
still
like
sucks
glare.
ass.
It has like. Does the Viper have glare?
I think so. Wait, no. Is it just Arbok? Who knows?
I'm looking this up right now.
It's so tragic that we didn't let Primeape have Rage Fist.
It does have glare. Okay, it does something.
That's fine.
But
yeah.
it's like the classic like Hoenn Shipmon though. It has the
It's so sad because I just love Seviper so much. Makes me sad.
yeah.
Kilowattrel is, I think, sick. I think so.
Yeah.
It's like,
What's the thing too? Kilowattrel, good stats.
yeah, it's a bit like Swallow pilled. But I keep saying pilled. I need to stop.
Build. Volt Absorber, awesome.
Competitive, kind of sick. Wind power. I don't know if that's gonna get made to work, but kind of cool that they made a whole new type of move, wind.
Right.
Like heat wave.
I don't know.
Move.
Wind move. I love Bramblegast. I think it's so funny.
Yeah,
And
it's so cool though.
It walls a lot of birds.
Walls Mega Pidgeot.
Definitely walls Mega Pidgeot.
Like, I think the high end on this team is super sick. I don't necessarily see the support around it. It's like Blastoise is sick, Serena's kind of sick, Mudsdale's sick. I feel like it might be missing something just off my vibes. But I think Dragapult, Cinderace, Diancie is gonna carry through.
I think Primate does a lot, actually.
Especially as far as a 40 goes. Definitely.
But yeah, you're right. It's top heavy, and then the bottom kind of the little unshimon.
A
But
tiny bit, right?
so is like Shija's team, right?
Yeah.
There's a few teams like that.
Yeah, I think this is pretty sick.
It's fine. I
Overall.
think it's good.
Really
yeah,
good
it'll be hard to
speed
prep
tiers,
for.
like super threatening offensively.
Mhm.
Swag. Are you want to talk about
Yeah.
Murphs?
I think it's one of the better ones.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the first three were already sick.
Well,
I think Slowbro Rotomo is really, really awesome.
I am very. I think any like Steel Fairy Dragon like kind of situation is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Megalteria is insane right now with
Mhm.
Will-O-Wisp. And it was awesome before. I mean,
Yeah, it was already on its way up before it went to
Oh, yeah.
160.
Oh, yeah.
It was still sick,
Mhm.
and then it got more.
I get Will-O-Wisp. I think King Gambit is the best way you could have supported this thing. And they support each other because King Gambit is insanely fat for a Pokemon with that attack stat.
Mm-hmm.
And two awesome abilities. And then you're like, you shore everything out. You get like, oh, I'm gonna get another Steel Resist. I'm gonna get a Fighting Immune. Hisuian Typhlosion is awesome. Slowbros. I think Slowbro and Slowking are two of the best Pokemon ever.
I agree. Like, as far as the full move pool goes, like, you wouldn't want to put them at 200 necessarily. Like, you're not actually
No.
calling them the best mons, but like, they're
But
always
like
the
in
MVP
terms of
the
like
team.
pickability to like, it's like Rotoms in the Slowbros because they just what they provide is you want it all the time.
Absolutely. I have to hold myself back from picking Slowbro or one of them every single time I draft.
Mm-hmm.
Paloswine's fine. I think Aerodactyl's fine. Garbodor's fine. Furfro's fine. Ariado's just a web guy, really. Hitmonlee's pretty good at 62.
I think Ariados is really cool because it, well, Ariados and Garbodor are incredibly redundant, probably, but having at least one of them is great because it prompts them to defog, and you have a Defiant like King Gambit like sitting there to like sweep like right after.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, if King Gambit becomes a pure flying type, you know, a pure fairy type, you know, a lot of different things, it just wins.
Yeah. King Gambit is just like if Alolan Marowak got priority moves. And better in every way.
Something like that, and better in every way. I mean, Alolan Marowak hits really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about it. I like Arrow. I like Furfro.
I've gotten Furfro before. It's a 40. It's a sick 40, but
It's a
like,
40.
you're not bringing it. Like, I don't be bringing it. People might
I
bring
brought it.
Yeah, it's bringable. I don't be bringing it, sadly.
When I get it in Ranbass, I'm like, yes. All right. Do you wanna? Am I moving on?
We're on the last four fellas.
Last
Fellas.
four divisions.
All right, let's look at
Let's
Bick's
go.
team.
Bick.
When I had to
Bick
input
Mouth,
Oricorio, it made
Bickington.
me pick one of them, so it's the fire flying one.
Oh, okay. But they do have access to every Oricorio, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Right off the bat, I
stats-
think Bick got some sick low tiers. Knacklestack and Thwacky, really, really good.
I think Electrode is awesome, Knucklepack is awesome, Thwacky's awesome, Oricorio's awesome.
Well,
Miss Mag
Oricorio
is awesome.
could be awesome, but like, who knows if it actually is?
I think it's awesome. What's the base power of Revelation Dance?
I think it's 80.
So it's as good as it's 90, so it's better than Terra Blast.
Yeah,
But
true.
Revelation Dance becomes your Terra type. It's like not based on form; it's based on like your primary type.
Oh, okay. And
So
yeah.
so
that
if you
makes sense.
become like a fairy type or whatever, you just get that stab as
That's pretty
Revelation
sick
Dance.
too, because you get to it's like being able to run Terra Blast without terraing. and it's
Yeah.
and it's stronger. That's actually pretty cool. I'm not sure if that makes a difference really as far as Oreo's overall viability, but that is cool.
I
You can run one of
I
the
think
Oreo
it's
Coreos
good.
and then have a different Terra type, and you're only using one move slot to take advantage of both. It's pretty cool.
like Galarian Slowking a
Mhm.
lot. I think it's awesome. I like Zapdos a lot. I think it's awesome. You have those two Pokemon who Galarian Slowking just became a pivot Pokemon with the
Yeah, Chili Reception.
Chili Reception. And he has two fairy types to cover. Well, I guess Screamtail doesn't really cover the dark type weaknesses, but Quackleval does.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Screamtail is kind of covering anything that it's neutral to because it's so fat.
It's really fat.
Screamtail is also like probably the ultimate wish passer, as far as
Really,
like, passing
yeah.
that into Ursaluna and like even like Zapdos and Slowking, even though like they already have their own ways to keep healthy, lets you get really reckless with them. I think.
Next season, I'm drafting like I'm getting Chansey and Screamtail.
Oh
And-
yeah.
Maybe.
Oh
I think it'd be really fun. And
Oh.
Knuckle Stack.
wait, Big Steam
I would
sucks.
get
He
this
didn't
kid.
draft an ice type.
Okay.
That's stupid. How dumb is that?
Neither did Claude.
Neither did most.
I think this team is very good. I like Klefki.
Oh my god, Screamtail wishing up Ursaluna is terrifying.
It's really terrifying.
Like, oh my god, that's terrifying. Holy crap. Did Galarian Slowking always have T-Spikes or just now?
I don't know. Probably always.
I feel like it
Couldn't tell
didn't,
you,
because
though.
like I've had it before. I never thought about that.
Well, T-Specs kind
Like it's
of
Probably
they're
the
like
weakest
relevant
one.
now because of like Goldango being in the game and stuff, but like T-Specs kind of been bad for a while.
yeah, they're the least. It's like takes the most work to get the value out of them compared to all the other hazards. Especially when you can clear them without using a turn. On just having a poison type, it's not that great, but there's definitely situations where like that pressure wins you the game.
I think it's awesome next to Knuckle Stack.
Yeah.
You go into your Steel type, and they're like, "Oh no!"
Oh no.
And Ursaluna, who just lives everything and kills every poison and Steel type.
Yeah. This team
You know
kind
what?
of
I gotta give that guy like. They need to give Ursaluna Gravity, or
Why?
Smackdown, or Thousand Arrows. So
Thousand
it could be the
Arrows, yeah.
best. So it could be the best Pokemon ever because it's sick.
I don't think Gravity would make it the best Pokemon ever.
Yeah, it would. It'd be extra Shimon.
Like,
You're killing Corvidites and Zapdoses and stuff.
oh,
Oh, I love that guy. He has guts.
you do be gutting.
He have bulletproof.
He's got Unnerve.
He can
For fuck's
you can't focus blast him because he's got bulletproof.
Quaquaval is
This time, baby, I'll be
bulletproof. And I don't know how to pronounce Quaquaval, so I'm just gonna say Quaquaval.
Quavo, bird.
I think is gonna be extremely threatening.
He's pretty good. Probably underrated him.
Yeah, I think so. In hindsight. All right, you want to talk about Claude?
Yeah.
Okay, Claude. Scizor Skeletor is kind of sick.
Yeah, Scizor is broken on its own. I think Scizor is really sick.
One thing that makes me sad is that Houndstone doesn't get a ghost move besides Sneak. How tragic is that?
Yeah.
He gets like Fire Fang.
They gotta bring Poltergeist back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's my one criticism mostly is that like I didn't get the most impactful sand abusers. Like Dougie's fine, Statlin's fine, Houndstone might be bad, I can't tell. Probably. But like,
I kind of don't know why she got Houndstone with like. I think it's going to be more of a defensive piece. I think it's going to be like fluffy.
yeah,
More
it does
often
get
than
like Willow,
Sandrush.
right?
Yeah, but it is weird.
Why did they do my boy like that? The top 4 in this team are really, really scary. Rotom Wash obviously is sick. Scizor's sick. Skeller's.
I like that there's like 3 dogs.
There do be dogs.
Be 3 of them.
Mega Sceptile is cool. We moved him down, right?
I think so.
I think so. A much needed speed tier outside of the Sand
Right.
Crush.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel because I mean, like, fine
About Sceptile or in general?
in general.
Yeah.
The I think Scizor, Rotom Wash is awesome 2-piece together.
Yeah.
They cover each other really well. I think those Pokemon come every game. I think Skeledirge fits into that really well. Does that kind of like, you know, it like the Fire Water Grass kind of vibe because it covers both the grass weakness of Rotom and the fire weakness of Scizor. Don't really know what like Tyranitar is doing there because it doesn't enable anything crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't think Tyranitar comes every game. Unless you have Excadrill or Garchomp or, you know, something
Yeah.
that like really takes advantage, you know, the one of the fossils.
Yeah, that is like my main criticism is that like Tyranitar isn't enabling something that you have to worry about enough, right?
Well, because if you're not abusing Sand, Tyranitar has one of the worst defensive typings in the game.
Yeah.
And his stats are crazy, and it's part of what makes like he can Terra. He's a really potent like Terra abuser. But I think even if you have like Life Orb Dragon Dance like Terra Ghost or Terra Fairy, it's not like you're gonna get more out of like using it on Skeledirge or on Scizor.
And also Tyranitar is like unfortunately not as good of a Terra user as it looks because you most of the time are going to lose your Spadef boost and become weak to like chipped by sand if you're bringing that ability, or if you're not bringing the ability, then it's like kind of sad.
Totally. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
Kind of like I think I've always been on like the T-Tar sucks wave.
I think it's
obviously that's an exaggeration.
yeah. I don't know where she would fit a more potent steel a sand user on this team with the point distribution. But if it did have something more threatening regarding that, then I think this team would just be really fucking sick.
Right. I think Scizor, Skeledirge, Rotom Wash is sick.
Yeah.
And I think the team ends there.
Yeah, somewhat.
In Mega Sceptile, I guess. But the thing can't run an item, so.
Yeah. Yeah,
Alright,
I don't know.
with
We'll
last
see
two.
how it goes, right? Because I might be underrating Stoutland. Maybe she's gonna hack
Or
it. Poltergeist
or Doug
and
Trio.
Hearthstone. Yeah, Doug Trio's honestly pretty sick in the sand. As far as 40s go. But like
It's okay.
It's threatening.
It's Doug Trio.
Yeah.
You flick it and it keels over. 35 HP.
Me when I keel. Alright, let's move on to the last two.
I'm gonna kill my mom.
Can you not? We're
Y'all know that guy? Y'all know that kid who goes, I'm gonna kill my mom.
everyone knows that kid.
I'm gonna kill my dad. I'm gonna kill my grandma. He's more important than the team breakdown. He's sick.
Honestly, you're right.
I love the guy.
What do you think about my team?
I think you're stupid and it sucks.
Yeah, I get that. Everyone always tells me that. I don't know why.
I think an Emrys is sick, is broken, is a perfectly pickable 200 pointer that can spam Moonblast. But it doesn't have an ability if you don't go like superpower.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know about that. Um, except, I mean, it could switch in on like defog and get like an evasion like boost,
Yeah.
right? Which is really funny. I think Samurott is awesome. I think its stats are not 160 stats though. But the move is really sick. You just have to make sure you don't die. I think Gliscor is really broken. And the other guys are fun guys. Jirachi moving down was really needed because I think Jirachi was not pickable at 200
Yeah.
if you wanted to be optimal with all the power creep and stuff. Because the typing has gotten a lot worse over time. Shaman's cool. Colossal's really cool with Terra, but I feel like often you have to run Terra. But the thing is really bulky. 110, 120 is it's like Tangrowth
It's
bulk,
huge.
right?
It's better than tank growth.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Tank growth's like 100, 125, I think. Or 100, 110 or something.
I thought it was 130. Might be 125. Really. So I was doing this. Me and Nigeria were in this fantasy league like thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a role play like Discord server where we had like a D&D ass like map of like a Pokemon region, and like we were like doing a big tournament. And we got invited by Viv, and then it trickled out and nobody cared anymore. But while I was there, I was the rock type gym leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a Colossal as like my phys def guy, and he was living earthquakes from random shit. He was like I am incredibly impressed with Colossal's bulk.
I think with Terra, Colossal got incredibly useful.
He's pretty good.
I don't know. I think I don't know if I ended up fully happy with my team, but I really liked the first three, and then I think I found like pretty valuable 60s. I'm not totally sure if I have everything like together the way I want it though. I think Jirachi was a really good pick for this team though.
Sure.
The 40s, I was, like I said, looking at the list forever, so I got Pinsir and Mime.
I think Pinsir is really cool.
Yeah.
I think I like that it can mold breaker into like magic bounce stuff and get rocks up and like earthquake like a Rotom.
Yeah. Just like Moxie's
is
on
cool.
that.
Stats aren't that bad. Right. It's not in the game, so it doesn't get Hair Blast. But like, you know, it does something.
Yeah. Cool. Let's talk about Nick, and then we can perish.
Go take a nap. I'm exhausted for no reason. I slept until 6. Maybe I'm dying.
Oh. Well.
Tapu Koko, Iron Moth, Iron Jugulus. Nick could have taken 8 Ls, and then he didn't. So
Yep.
I think Nigeria is doing rather well for themselves. I think Driftblim, another flying type to shore up the ground weakness of the first two guys, and Alolan Raichu.
Yeah.
I think Registeel is awesome as like an all-around Pokemon.
Yeah, like I was expecting.
I don't really know what it does here actually. Like Registeel with Coco's ground weakness, Iron Moss ground weakness, and then I mean it's never bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it was just like a much needed defensive piece in general, right? Because the first 6 were like all gas.
Yeah.
And like how much gas, it's wild. I was kind of expecting more people to possibly dig into like electric terrain plus Paradox guys.
Yeah, nobody got Pincurchin.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Pikamuku.
And then 2 Unburden users and a Raichu is kind of wild.
Who's the other? Oh, Driftblim.
Yeah.
I think Urshifu Rapid Strike is really sick on this comp though. I think that the it beating all the ground types for Coco.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Iron Moth and Jugulis, Driftblim. You don't really struggle against grass types. Really good.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Really, really good. I think Mega Camel is not bad. If it's kind of an afterthought, it's like a really good afterthought.
Yeah, Mega Camel like
It's fine. It's good.
outperforms its 60 price quite often, I feel like. Might have to go up. We'll see.
It's a fire ground type that can't Terra, so like I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that's why we don't end up coming to that decision, but like then when you actually use it, it's like, oh god.
Pokemon like that, like why does it have 120 base attack?
Yeah, like, not gonna
Just
use
like
that.
they should switch its HP and attack. It would be extra. It would be Shimon.
Mm-hmm. Because then it would actually have the chance to live a water move.
Yeah, anything. Cursola is cool. Has Trick Room, right?
I believe so.
Helps man. You know, you can use Mega Camel and Cursola and stuff.
I remember
I
when
think
Gen 8 came out, Cursola was just so sick. I was like, this is gonna be good.
design-wise, awesome. Design-wise, cool as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the guy.
I love the whole
Galarian
Galarian line. Like, it's so sick.
Mm-hmm. I think Smeargle is a waste of a team slot most of the time.
Yeah. It's like theoretically, you can get anything you want out of it. But look at its stats.
Well, it could be a lead, but like so could like any Pokemon with Stealth Rock
Mm-hmm.
that has like Sturdy or any ability in the game, because like you need to run Focus Sash on this guy, and you can't run him in the back, and he's only as fast as Nidoqueen.
Yeah. Like the value is like Spore, Nuzzle.
There's a lot of
And
Sticky
then
Web
whatever
users. There's a
hazards.
lot of Nuzzle. Everything has Thunder Wave because it's not Dex, and everything
Mhm.
is Toxic, and everything. I just don't think it's great. I don't think it does anything.
Yeah, I generally
But
agree.
you could have a bad 40, and that's fine because it's
Yeah.
a 40. You know, you can run a team with 10 Pokemon. That's fine.
Yeah, for sure. Well, looks like we're done.
I think we're done. Who's your favorite team?
It's gotta be Siege.
Give me Sheech.
Yeesh.
I really like Cookies. I have to look at the thing again.
Yeah, I don't feel like scrolling that through.
My top 3.
Uh-huh.
Totally unbiased opinions
Right.
here because they asked me for help were Cookie and Cheese. I like those two a lot, and I also really like
I like Murphy's and Nolan's a lot.
I'm gonna put Bic up there.
Big two, yeah.
Bic's my third.
I think pretty much all the teams are sick. Like, there's a few
This is the best season we've ever been. Thank you, people, for not drafting Monotype or All Dogs or Rain, or very shoddy Rain, or Snom, or is that all we've had?
Yeah,
That's really- that
it's
was
not
really
too much now that
cringe.
you say it.
It's not too bad. Not too bad.
Yeah. All
But
right.
I'm excited.
Well,
All right.
yeah. Good night,
Yeah.
gamers.